How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great video here on the magical, fantastical, and truly progressive Savior Show. In these dark times, let's have a little bit of light, a little bit of fun, a little bit of light-hearted content that I can give you. And today, guys, I want to talk about, I was about to say Stranger Things, but actually, although IGN compared this to the Stranger Things Tales from the Loop, they couldn't be more wrong, okay? It just shows you how desperate, IGN is for views that they'll scrape at anything just to get those juicy numbers and, draw comparisons. Because today I'm going to be reviewing Tales from the Loop, okay? And it's nothing like the Stranger Things. I don't know why people are even making those kinds of comparisons, because Tales from the Loop is an 8-part series. I don't know if they're gonna do another one. The only reason it really drew my attention was because the art style is really amazing, and that's what I'm showing on screen today, because I'm not gonna do a face cam because I just want you to appreciate that kind of art style. It's by a very well-known artist who did No Man's Sky, which is the game in which basically you travel from planets to planets, and it's an open universe, infinite universe, just like the one we live in, and it's all, procedurally generated, and it's not exactly the most interesting game, but just for the technology aspect, it's pretty amazing, and the art style is very vibrant, very cool, the ship design, everything about it, and it was made by the same artist who did Tales from the Loop, which is a very kind of cyberpunky, futuristic, dystopian kind of feel, and of course that's my bread and butter, so I was interested in this series just from the look of it. Now I thought it was going to be like a story, following a group of characters, and then it would develop these characters, and just like the normal traditional kind of storytelling arc. But actually, Tales from the Loop, each episode is its own individual story surrounding different characters, and I thought that was quite interesting, quite a different take. So basically, each episode, it evolves around basically a character and a piece of technology, because in the Tales of the Loop universe, in their world that they're building, basically it's like ours, but machine and technology has progressed even more rapidly than it is now, which is hard to believe, but due to the underground, some kind of weird facility called the Loop. Now, the Loop is never actually explained what it is, where this technology comes from, if it's alien, if it's man-made, no one really knows, and that's kind of cool that it's just kind of a mystery. But anyway, this weird kind of technology has been about for a long period of time, we don't know how long, and basically it will change time and distort time, which is a very interesting concept, in anything, movies, games, TV shows. And also there's a lot of robotics in this, and they're very similar to the real world robotics like Boston Dynamics, and I feel like it's just very similar and very accurate depiction of what our future could be. Obviously the kind of surreal element is the technology that can mess around with time, body swapping. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there's lots of different things it plays with. Mostly time, though. That's like the big... I feel like the takeaway message from this show is basically, how short of a lifespan humans actually have and how precious time is. Like I said, this show isn't actually a kind of normal story arc where it just follows a group of characters. Yes, it centers around a particular family in this, but it does jump from character to character, and it's also from outside the family, so I wouldn't even say it's a family-based drama. It's basically just a series of miniature stories of people living in this futuristic world where it's very similar to ours, but there is this even more kind of creepy vibe where you can just wander off into the woods, and if you find a piece of technology, you have no idea what it will do, and how it will change your life. It also deals with the consciousness of machines and everything like that. It's just really cool. It kind of reminds me of that game that came out quite recently, but no one really liked it. Like an open world game where you go around fighting these giant robots, very similar looking to this. it wasn't that well received, but it's got that same kind of art style, that same kind of vibe, and I just think that's really interesting and different. Like I said, this artist is really cool. Now, the actual meat and potatoes, the show itself, is it good? Is it worth watching? Now, like I said, the concept is what's interesting. The actual delivery is good, but at the same time, it feels like it's lacking quite a lot. But I don't dislike it. I actually like this show, but it's not something that will, like, you're absolutely, hooked. Like, you want to see the next episode straight away. There are some weird plot holes in it where things don't quite make sense, and it's never really explained, but that's just kind of the mystery of the show. But it's not something that fully grips you like a drama like Breaking Bad would or something like that. It's more of a very relaxing type show. Basically, if you're feeling in the mood for something kind of, cyberpunky, futuristic, dystopian kind of kind of that kind of mood of just relaxation. There's no real actions, there's no gunfights, there's nothing like that in this. It's just a very relaxing show. It's got a great soundtrack. That's something that I really do love about it. The soundtrack in this is amazing. Like I said, the art style is amazing. It basically feels like if Amazon took over the world and we were dominated by all the future technology, like giant Alexas and everything like that. It's pretty cool. I do like the way it's delivered. The characters are all interesting, but they're not like absolutely gripping. Okay, they're interesting, but they're not. You don't get invested in them. You never feel like emotionally pulled in by what they're going through because you're never actually with one character long enough to actually form that attachment. But that doesn't mean it's not good. It just means that it's going for a very different kind of feel than other TV shows. It's going for more just little individual stories in this world. It's more about the world than it is about the characters and the actual overarching kind of story in that regard. I do feel a bit annoyed that it's all just kind of left hanging around like a mystery. There's no actual answers at all to be found. It ends pretty abruptly as well. It would have been nice to actually see more information about the loop and what exactly is the loop and how it was established. Also, there's a few episodes now and there. There's only 8 of them, so you expect them all to be of high quality. But sadly, there is at least like 2, I think only 2, that I didn't personally enjoy, that I just felt were very boring, not interesting at all. Like I said, it's the kind of show where if you're tired and you just want to, just before you go to sleep, you want to watch something a little bit creepy and, a little bit intriguing with technology and stuff like that. Like I said, that's something that I really focus on my channel, so it's a very interesting take on the future and, basically where we are now, which is the critical point of technology development, and just the art style, the soundtrack, it's all very good, it's all very well performed, it's got a few, quite famous actors that you might know, but no one really, like, from Hollywood that is absolutely sensational. It's just a very mediocre show, but I mean that in the most possible good way. Like, it's just a relaxing kind of show, and I feel like it's pretty good. I don't dislike it at all. I think that the themes it deals with are very interesting, and just the whole kind of vibe around it is just very intriguing and mysterious, and the soundtrack, like I said, is absolutely beautiful. There's not actually that much to say about this show. It's just kind of there. I know that sounds like it's not really amazing, but it's not trying to be amazing. It's just trying to be something that, makes you think a little. It doesn't, like, tell you exactly what the story is. It's like kind of Dark Souls in the sense that there is no kind of story. You have to kind of find your own story within it. And I think that's pretty cool. And the characters it does focus on, they do it well enough that you're interested in them for the entire episode. So all in all, I would say, yes, watch this show. And if you don't have Amazon, there's always ways around that. And that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review, and make sure to subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. Let me know if you've seen it, if you're going to see it after this review. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I wouldn't mind a second season, but at the same time, I don't really care if there is one, because just for what it was, like, a miniature series of little tales about, you know, the future and technology. It was interesting, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, I would give it, I don't know, a 3 out of 5. No, a 3.5 out of 5. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.